to the lighter side of the dark side. It's your weekly freak show here on Renagade Radio and all podcast catchers and YouTube, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, all of that stuff. It's the Dark Mark Show. I am Dark Mark, the goth comedian. And as always, my co-host, everybody's favorite horror writer, Nicole Six.
Cheers.
What are you drinking there, Nicole?
Leftover tequila and lemonade.
I figured there was something in there. I was like, is that lemonade? Is that okay? Tequila and lemonade. I've never had that before.
Margarita.
Why? This tequila I got, right?
It is the tequila you got.
And tequila and lemonade goes together?
Yeah, it does. It usually, obviously, with margaritas, you'd use limeade. That'd be even better. But it goes fine with lemonade.
Well, we haven't had an adult film actress on in a long time, since Sarah Starr in August.
That's true. It's true.
And then before then, it was my favorite adult film star, Ella Darling, in January of 2021. Yeah. So that's 2 in 1 year, and we need to do better. And we have one of my favorite people here.
More porn.
More porn, yes. We have an almost exclusively all-male audience, so we need to cater to their needs. And here's somebody that males and females and non-binaries, all genders love for all sorts of reasons, inside and out. She is the star of such classic movies. I've got her IMDb right here. Sexapede, which I have seen and I very much enjoyed. The Hills Have Thighs.
Oh.
Cleavage Field. The Girl from Bikini. Bikini Girls from the Lost Planet. The Bikini Pirates. And the Academy Award winning The Departed. And also has her own podcast. It's Talking Dirty with Rebecca Love. And she's a guest on all sorts of other podcasts. She's in Vegas. She does stand-up comedy. She hosts Karaoke XXX. She's on OnlyFans. She's the girl of your dreams, Rebecca Love.
I had someone slide into my inbox today and go, "Are you interviewing Rebecca Love?" And they cannot wait to hear this episode.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody slid into your DMs about me?
Someone did.
Be careful, girl, when they slide in there. Be careful. I'm just giving you a warning.
So I sent them a link to our Spotify if they wanted to check out past shows. And I said it'll air Friday, but if you miss it, it'll be up here. So yes. Yeah, that's the first time that's happened.
Go ahead, Nicole. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that's the first time it's happened to me that someone's been like excited about a guest. Did you talk about it on your podcast? Like, how did they know?
I honestly, I don't know, because I usually don't mark it until after we do it, because things can happen and I don't want to like hold anybody up on a podcast. So I usually wait until it airs.
Myself.
I know. Mark hadn't posted about it either. I don't know how they knew.
Did you do a story or something that I was going to be on?
I swear. That's why they were asking me. I guess they heard it from somewhere or something. I don't know.
I was going to say, did I mention it last week? But you didn't confirm till after we did the show last week. Or maybe you did. I don't know. But somebody psychically knew Rebecca Love was coming on. Rebecca, how are you? I haven't seen you in a couple of years.
Right? I feel like somebody's stalking my emails right now. Like somebody. I've been good. I've just been staying busy with all that stuff that you said, and then some. Learning how to make money indoors, which is not a problem. Since 2020, and live streaming has been a big help for me. How have you been? What have you been up to? And by the way, my resume doesn't include stand-up anymore.
No, but that's where we met. So
yeah. I gotta say, I give you props for doing stand-up, because it was the one thing I absolutely hated. I love the process. I love the writing. I love everything until you get up on that stage.
Yeah, it's tough. Well, here's the thing, Nicole. This is how I met Rebecca Love. Is when I moved to Vegas in 2016, everybody's like, there's this really hot porn star and she does stand up, and they would give me flyers for your shows. And then I was like, well, is she funny? And they were like, she's really hot.
Yeah,
but then I saw you and you're funny. But you're funnier spontaneously as you will be on this show than maybe you were on stage. But I don't think you had done it that long, so it's hard to
no,
judge.
I just started about that time, and I just wanted to see if I could do it. I'm always one of those people that'll take the risk and put myself out there and just see. And I did. The thing is, people don't realize all the work behind the scenes, and then when you get up there, there's a dance, there's a rhythm to it, and you have to come off so natural and improv, and even though you have your lines down and all that, so there's a magic there that takes years to master.
It's funny you should mention that. I was doing a show the other night, and this guy came up to me. It was just an open mic. I was just trying some new material, and this older guy, well dressed, had a suit on, a hat, like a fedora, and he's like, "Hi, how are you?" And then I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "I took classes at Flappers." I'm like, "Great, good for you." And he was talking to me in this other comic, and he's like, "So, how long you guys been doing comedy?" And she's like, 10 years. And he's like, "How long you been doing comedy?" I'm like, "Longer." And his mouth just dropped. Like, that it takes that long to get good.
Oh,
and it does.
Well, it's a skill you have to acquire. You got to do something in repetition. Isn't there a saying that you have to put 10,000 hours in just to be good at something?
Yes. Well, you put 10,000 hours into other things, and you're very good at all sorts of things. And we're going to find that out.
Okay.
Before we really get started, I do have to say we are sponsored by Raze energy drinks, the best energy drink. I wish I had a can here. I had to get my energy up, so I already drank it. So I do apologize. But I've got a new case of
too, because I would totally mix it with tequila because that stuff tastes delicious.
Oh, because I had the voodoo flavor. Here's what happened. 2 weeks ago, we did a vampire makeover, and these two people were in the studio, well, two of our guests, and they're like, "Yeah, I know that they spot you, and that's cool, but I like this other energy drink. You can't beat it." So I was like, "Okay, try this," and I poured them some Bang Voodoo. Tell Rebecca what happened.
Oh, they loved it, and it mixes so well with tequila. Like, it's delicious. The voodoo is kind of a fruit punch flavor.
That's what I was going to ask you. What it taste like? And I love fruit punch.
Well, they have fruit punch flavor, which is the voodoo.
Sometimes have that like weird acidic aftertaste or metallic aftertaste. None of that was Raze. None of that was Raze at all.
They have Baja Lime that tastes like Baja Blast from Taco Bell. They have sour gummy worms. They have all sorts of great flavors. They have Apollo, which sort of tastes like Skittles. They're all great flavors. And the best part, 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 crash. You go to the description of the show and any podcast catcher you're listening to us or YouTube, use my code. You get 15% off a case. I made the mistake. I didn't order a case until the day before the show, and it's just probably coming tomorrow. But I've got Baja Lime on the way. Whatever flavor you like, you can't go wrong. I thought the sour gummy worms, I'm like, that sounds disgusting. It's delicious. They have one that tastes like a pina colada. It's great. So Raze energy drink, check that out. So Rebecca, you are a long way from the Adirondack Mountains.
Yes.
Nicole, do you know where the Adirondack Mountains are?
I do not.
That's in upstate New York.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up there with like Bigfoot. In Lake Champlain, you have a creature like the Loch Ness Monster called Champ. What else is up there? It's one of the largest state parks that you can actually live in. But that's where all like the city people go to vacation and stuff up by Lake George and all.
Right.
It's gorgeous, and it's a small town. Small.
And were your parents like forest rangers or?
Were they forest rangers? Well, no, they weren't, but they do live in the forest, don't they? They love country living. They're blue collared folks,
For some people, sure.
Yeah, it's just small town girl. And when I finally could escape around 18 and move somewhere, like the big city, I actually went to Florida and went to college out there.
Right.
Wow.
Now, did you ever see Bigfoot or the monster in the lake or any of that?
I never saw any of that. I have my theories on Bigfoot, but no, I never saw any mystical creatures.
Oh, please tell us, because we have some Bigfoot experts that we know.
Do you? I think they're aliens. I think they come to visit, and that's why you don't find remains and stuff. They're just a different creature. I don't know if it's through a wormhole. I don't know how how they travel, but that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, we have our friend Carl Crew who is out here. His parents were his uncle was the biggest Bigfoot expert, and he thinks it's just like some really hairy homeless dude that's like really big. That's
well, that's probably the closest best theory ever.
Yeah, so I don't know. And
no wonder you can't find remains.
Yeah, so it's just like some hairy guy that's out there just lives in the thing. And trust me, we live in LA, so we see a few Bigfoots here and there. But
I don't know. You live in LA though. Is there a lot of hairy people out there? I feel like you guys are very shaven.
You might be right. I think we
like hippies. So yeah, there's a lot of hairy, dirty people.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, there's a lot of homeless, but you're right. Even the homeless probably manscape. So I think the homeless are fairly well groomed, but they're still homeless.
No, not in my neighborhood anyway.
Not in your neighborhood. Maybe here in Los Feliz they're a little better groomed.
I would say definitely in Los Feliz, right? That's a step up.
ready for the close up and all that. So where in Florida did you live?
I moved down to West Palm Beach, went to school there for a little bit, then moved over to Tampa, and then I started and then I lived in Texas for a minute, and then I moved to LA to start my career, I guess.
Now the transition from the Adirondacks to West Palm Beach must have been something for an 18-year-old, a sexually awakening pretty 18-year-old woman as yourself.
Well, it was definitely awakening, and I discovered myself, and I realized that I was good at, how can I say this politely, selling my body. So I started while I was going to school and stuff, I was working 40 hours a week, trying to go to school. And this stripper came in and she had a drink at the bar, and I'm serving her, and I listened to her stories. So I decided to be a cocktail waitress, and I made a lot of money that way. And then I progressed down the line to waitress, stripper. I saw a feature one night and like, I want to do that. And then I figured out how to do all those things. And mind you, when I was doing that, I actually bought a book from Amazon when they just sold books way back in the day. How to Be a Porn Star. I fucking bought that book. And I went through it, and I figured, and it had all the agents list, what you need to do, what the etiquettes were, the bag that you should bring on set, where you get testing done. It had everything. So it was.
So it wasn't just one page that said "fuck a lot of people."
Correct.
Well, there's so much more to it than that.
Yes, there was a whole business to it, and it was well written. And I did all those things, and I actually got interviews with Playboy and Hustler.
For the people that are looking to get into the business, and by the way, we have zero judgment. So I work my way through college, waiting tables at Denny's. Being a stripper is way better than that. That's the less to be ashamed of there. But what bag do you bring onto set?
Well, in the bag, I kept all my hand sanitizer, my baby wipes, my extra condoms. There was these certain condoms that you use on set, so I'd have that in there. Breath mints, body spray, right, stuff just to make sure that I stink pretty.
No, wait. So there's specific condoms that you use on set that you wouldn't use in
real life?
When
I was filming, it was condom only companies, so there was a certain condom that they used. So I would go into their bucket and just grab a whole bunch and stick them in my purse.
Oh wow! Okay, yeah, because it's not just whatever condom they have on set. Is it latex or is it lambskin or like?
Well, it's not lambskin. It definitely wasn't that. It was definitely latex, and I think it was a Crown something. It wasn't your normal where you go out and you buy it at the store.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I can't exactly remember.
I'm just curious. I mean,
nobody's ever asked me that question.
I'm going to ask you all sorts of questions you've never been asked, but were they magnums? Were they, I mean, I don't know.
I imagine they had to be slightly bigger than average condoms.
Yeah, they were just regular.
But the men who work in porn are so above average.
You would think. I mean, they're a little bit. They were like between, I guess they were like 7-8 inches. Okay. Yeah, a little bit above. All right. But it stretches. I guess if they were bigger than that, they would just bring their own.
Right. I like. I've changed my whole condom thing. I've said this on the air before, and I'm going to say it again, and nobody really cares, but I'm going to say it anyway. I used Trojan ends for forever. That was my thing, and then I tried the thin ones, and that's so much better. And then my ex-girlfriend found some thin ones from Japan that were even thinner than the Trojan thin ones. Those were amazing.
See, I think it's more on your end, feeling it like that. With women,
Right.
it's more of a mental thing. You could
Really?
say, yeah, I think you could go, we're going bareback and still have the condom on. And all we need is that idea, you're bareback, and it just like creams our panties.
Is that true, Nicole? Because I've heard women, not only, I mean, I've heard
I
a lot
can't
of
feel
men
the
complain
condom.
that- but I've heard
I
women complain
feel
about
the
guys wearing
condom, but sometimes the condom gives the guy an ability to perform longer. So sometimes they can be useful.
Right. Okay.
I always put lube inside the condom, so it gives it that nice feel to it.
Really? Okay. See, these are things we never even thought of.
A little hooker trick.
Well,
Because of how I'm currently dating, I only use condoms because I don't have I just want to be extra safe because I have multiple partners. So
That's
And
awesome.
I've never had
Condoms are awesome.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, I've never had sex without a condom. So
I tell you
fair
what, the fear that goes through you when, let's just say, you randomly hook up with a stranger at the bar and that condom falls off or breaks or whatever, and all you're thinking about is, I got to pass my test. And we're just talking about your STD test, right?
Right.
That's your career. That's my livelihood. So you really get nervous, especially when you go back into the real world and you're dating civilians. You're like, honey, I ain't taking off that condom.
Exactly.
Go get tested too.
And I mean, the people I have sex with are definitely having sex with other people, except one of them. And so it's like, I have to, I mean, if I was a porn star, like that's as you said, your livelihood.
Yeah.
I have to be more careful. But I think everyone should be careful. And for the record, condoms work. I had a guy I was seeing had the awkward conversation where he was like, I caught something. I'm like, well, he didn't catch it from me. And then we both went together to get tested, and I was clean and he wasn't. And I was like, see, condoms.
They work. Not only that, you could catch a kid. Okay. So
I don't want to catch that. So
yeah, that's a lifetime.
Yes, Nicole, that's good for you for wearing condoms, or actually having them wear condoms, not you wearing condoms, but having them wearing condoms. But as we've talked about with almost every porn star that we've had on here, the sex on set is the safest sex you'll have because everybody's tested so frequently.
Yeah, especially now. I think it's every 2 weeks. You got to get tested, and you got to get a COVID test now. It's like they keep adding on tests.
Right. And then, so as long as you no COVID, no STDs, you're all set. So, but you mentioned it, and I did want to get into this because it is dating civilians. That's got to be strange.
It is. I guess it is. I've only...
Not for you, but for them. Like they've got all the big dick porn stars to live up to. They've got you're fucking other guys for your living, and I mean I'm not sure you're not really doing that now. You're more into the Skinemax softcore sort of thing now, right?
Right. There was a compromise when I started dating the new guy, which is 17 years later. Okay.
Oh, wow. Good for you guys.
Yeah. So I retired from hardcore back in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a compromise. I didn't have to give up Rebecca Love, but I couldn't have any more penises in my vagina and making those type of movies. So I had to whittle it away down to the Skinemax, and then the internet. There was so many different opportunities, webcamming, and I was webcamming before that anyway. You had phone, which I was doing before anyway. So I just found other ways like live streaming and all that to compensate those movies, even though it was so much easier just to show up and make that great big paycheck. And the marketing, the PR is so great. So it's a little bit harder this way, but I learned how to not drown. Like when I had to give all that up, I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do? Where's my identity? Who am I going to be? And I figured the fuck out.
But you're no less sexy. You're no less naked. You're doing, solo things and masturbation and stuff, but no dicks.
Well, now because of OnlyFans and all that, I do a lot of POV. So they don't want to see other dicks in me.
Right. Yeah.
They want it to be their dick. So I'm
Yeah.
talking to the camera. I have them buy me toys all the time. So I'm using their toy when I'm making their customs or playing on webcam. And I use these torso dicks, which is the torso and the cock, and I put them at an angle so it looks like their chest. It looks like their cock. And I just ask them, black or white, which color are we going with on this one?
I've seen the torso dicks, and
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I don't want to make fun of your fan base, but I have a feeling that your fan base doesn't have the 6-pack abs that most torso dicks have.
They do come with a 6-pack ab and all that, but
and such a big, nice chest.
yeah, well, all they have to do is they put a t-shirt on it and we're good to go.
It's like the George Clooney, Val Kilmer, like Batman, like chest and 6-pack.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Attached to a dick.
That's exactly
what
it looks like.
That's my chest and my dick and my abs.
Well, sometimes I use if they request the torso, I'll use it because they've seen it in other videos. A lot of time, sometimes they'll just ask for gestures, hand gestures. So,
but you're also talking to somebody who I probably jerk off to softcore more than hardcore, I would say, and so I've seen a lot of like I said, I saw Sexapede. I've seen a few things on it, softcore stuff on the internet. I don't know. I just I think it's shot better. I see more of the woman and less of the close up of both their assholes and just bam, 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 that's a little more artistically done for me.
I hear you. I think HBO is more artistically done. I really love True Blood, Game of Thrones. I mean, there is some really good porn out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not real porn, but it's naked
just
bodies.
it's just like the Skinemax movies. We're not actually having sex, and neither are they. But their fucking plot is way better.
But you know what? You say that, but I don't think Skinemax even exists anymore, does it? Because like HBO Max merged, and then you try to find like Skinemax movies on HBO Max. They're not on HBO Max. I don't think Skinemax has a streaming.
2013, maybe my last Skinemax.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, I have no idea if they're still shooting those movies or if they're selling them to a certain network. I have no idea.
Was that the Witches of Breastwick too, or?
No, it was Girls, Guns, and Blood.
Oh, okay. Because I did see Witches of Breastwick 1, and I didn't think that there was that many unanswered questions, but I don't know. Maybe there were.
I don't think it had to be. It just depends on the revenue, right? It's doing really good. Let's just slap a 2 on it.
Right. So, but obviously, and this is, I did want to get into this because I saw some YouTube. You do Cameo, and we're gonna plug that because you do great cameos. But you put one on YouTube where you were answering questions on Cameo, which was great. But one of the questions was, "Are your breasts real?" Now,
no.
Was this from a blind man? Who asked this question?
I don't even know what you're talking about. But no, my breasts. I have no idea what question it was. Are my breasts real though?
Are your breasts real?
No, God no.
I know that. That's obvious. No, there's some YouTube. I don't know if the guy who ordered it posted it or you posted.
Oh, he must have posted because I don't remember it.
Okay.
Yeah, my YouTube channel it has all Twitch stuff on it and gaming.
Right now, and we're gonna get into that, but I got to be honest, and your SEO is not good.
My
Rebecca
SEO.
Love, you get a lot of different things.
Well, yeah, there's the nurse Rebecca Love. There's just Supreme Court Justice Rebecca Love. There's me, Rebecca Love. Right. But when I Google Rebecca Love, I should come on the top page.
There's a lot of Rebecca Loves that come up.
No, there's tons.
Yeah,
doing great work out there.
but yeah, so you did a cameo where you answered questions, and this guy asked, "Are your breasts real?"
Okay.
So I was wondering if the man was blind or what was going on, because I think it's pretty obvious they're not.
Yeah, well, I've always had big boobs, and after I got done breastfeeding and all that, they kind of went double D long. So I just went into the doctor. I'm like, let's fix a flat, and he just put some implants in, and we were good to go.
Nice.
Yeah. So they don't look like snap-on titties. So when I take off my stuff, they do sag and they give and all that, but
They're bouncy.
They're bouncy.
It's a good job.
Yeah, he's all right.
And then you on your website, I did see it, or on your Twitter recently, somebody was had the audacity, one of your fans, to request a free birthday shout out. And
yeah, they wanted to skip past Cameo.
Right, skip past Cameos, skip past OnlyFans, skip past anything where they would have to pay you and say, "Can you wish me a happy birthday?"
Yep.
I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. P.S. I love your breasts.
Oh yeah, they always end it on a body part, which is great. I don't mind. I get that you're living in that fantasy, and that's the type of person that I represent. But that's okay. It's just, it's my job.
Yeah.
So you're kind of asking me to do my job for free. So I did it in a nice way, don't you think? I put it out there.
You did it in a nice, very firm way, like, don't ever do this again.
Like sarcastic way.
But
I was smiling the whole time.
Yeah, you were. It was nice.
That,
No, you
I
weren't
want
like
that tequila lemonade right now.
Yeah, no, you weren't like how dare you? But yeah, it was not a
It actually puts a fire under my ass because I like to make content like that here and there, because my OnlyFans is not just my legs up to my ears and I'm just Rebecca on a stick. I like to break it up with fan questions, horoscopes, all different. And when I say horoscopes, put a W in front of that. So I do all different things, and I love horror. So I'll take a lot of these creatures and have their way with me or whatever. So a lot of my stand-ins are creature features.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love horror. So
you fuck Michael Myers and all these other
or I am Michael Myers, just the girl version. Yeah, where I take my tits out and I'm wearing the mask and I'm That's you're describing that's already better than Halloween Kills. But I just saw that. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Was it Halloween Kill? It's the last one that I just saw, but there's another one coming out in October, right?
Yeah, the one that just came out.
Okay, yeah, I watched it. It was like,
yeah, it was not good.
Like
Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't in it. Now, if Michael Myers disrobed and had your body, then that would have been maybe the best Halloween ever.
Yeah.
Next to the original. But I will tell you something. You were asking for margarita. I think Nicole might have something a little better for you, a little stronger.
Yeah, what?
Our other sponsor.
What? Tell me about your other sponsor.
Well, we have another sponsor, Renagade Kush and Renagade CBD. And I have heard that pretty soon, and it's been a long time coming because he keeps saying this, but it sounds like we're almost ready to finally try the white chocolate CBD. Like, it sounds like it's not just a pipe dream anymore. It's not just something he's talking about. It's going to be real. So I have hope.
You have tried the CBD gummies, the bath bombs, and all that stuff.
Yes, but I haven't tried the white chocolate CBD yet. So go to renegadekush.com or renegadecbd.com and order yours today because they are fantastic if you like CBD products.
Yes. So there you go. That'll relax you. So when you first got, now a lot of porn stars in Vegas now. You're in Vegas. Our friends Ginger Lynn is in Vegas.
Yeah, it's kind of like our retirement community. We all just retire here.
Is that what
a lot of my friends?
Oh, I don't know.
To Vegas, like
it's
I noticed
cheaper.
That when COVID happened, that there was like this mass exodus out of LA to get to Vegas.
Yeah, it's a little cheaper to live than California.
It definitely is, and during the pandemic in LA, everybody went to Vegas, Nashville, and Austin. Like half of
Austin
LA.
is having real estate real estate, what, 40% hikes?
Wow.
Yeah,
because
it's
of
crazy.
all the LA people.
I believe it. Same here. We're having.
I know 2 people looking to buy houses in Austin. Like 2 different Californians were like, I can get this in Austin, and I can't get that in California. So property is very expensive out here in California.
Yeah, well, they could have got it in Austin a lot cheaper a couple of years ago.
Right? Who would have thunk it if I only knew?
Yeah, but you've established roots in Vegas, and like I say, you were doing stand up, and you have I had spent many great nights, a fun night at your Karaoke XXX.
Yeah, Karaoke XXX is a meetup group where we have one person that's the guest of honor, and it doesn't matter what pronoun as long as you work in the sex industry.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody just shows up, they mingle, they talk about what's going on, writers, producers, all that stuff, and fans are welcome. And if you want to sing, great. If you just want to have a drink at the bar, awesome. And if you want to buy the girls a drink, you are fucking the man. So yeah, we've been doing it since 2009. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Yeah.
I caught it in the middle, but I guess 2020 it went on hiatus.
So 2020 went on a hiatus. We are trying to bring it back. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
There's a lot of cosplay. There's a lot of porn stars singing Disney show tunes and other things, and
all different things.
Yeah, I think I busted out, hey, I want some pussy one night, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's appropriate.
Yeah, well, I figured when in Rome, but but it's always fun. Here's what's because I brought my friend there once, and I brought him to the AVN Awards.
Yeah,
and I've hung out with a few people at the AVN Awards and other porn star events, and they're just so intimidated. They're frozen. Have you ever seen that? Just the guys just freeze when they meet you.
Oh, well, yeah. And then some are really friendly, and it's a lot. I mean, I am in the same spot when I go to a horror con. When I go to a horror con and I see all my favorite things and I'm having ADD all over the place, and then I see a star, I'm just like I saw Bruce Campbell at the last event, and I was just like, and I went to get my phone out and just, back off and try to record. And his handler was like, I put my phone back down, but I was starstruck. I couldn't say anything. I didn't want to get in the line because what would I do when I get up there? So I totally get it.
Yeah. It's just weird.
If only he was a mutual fan, then you could have exchanged information.
Right. If you went, is that Rebecca Love? Oh my God, Bruce Campbell. What's your room number?
Exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised. Who knows? And maybe he saw, one of these was it Breast Pirates?
Breast Pirates.
Is that what's called?
I think it was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, Bikini Pirates.
Bikini Pirates.
Bikini Pirates.
They always changed the name of the movies depending on where it was going. If it was HBO, Showtime, or Skinemax, because they lease them out. So they would just change the titles.
What was the original title of Bikini Pirates?
Pirates of the Caribbean. No, it wasn't Pirates of the Caribbean. It was Harlots of the Caribbean.
Harlots of the Caribbean.
Great name.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And how was that playing a pirate?
It was fun. If you ever heard my pirate accent, I sound like an Irish pirate. Like, it's really bad.
Oh,
it's
come on,
horrible.
give it to us. Come on.
I don't even remember how I did that. You know how many years ago?
I'm gonna suck your dick. I mean, what is it? Come on.
I'm gonna suck your dick, matey.
Yeah, see,
there you
that's
go.
hot.
Oh.
So
I don't know if that's hot. It's like a redneck pirate.
I don't think that's hot.
I don't think it's hot either.
I'm sure guys probably disagree. Like,
I know.
Whenever I had to do a cosplay of Marge Simpson once. Let me tell you, guys think certain things are hot that I would have never wrapped my brain around.
People think Marge Simpson's hot. I don't know. I can see that.
Oh my God. That was
not my thing, but you know what? If you scroll the adult film sites, which I don't normally do, but I did for research purposes for this show, you will see that the mother from Family Guy is all over the place.
Oh, I can see that. Lois is hot.
Oh, Lois, yeah, I've seen.
They have so much Lois porn on all of these sites. You have no idea. And there's some Marge, but not as much as Lois. Lois is all over the place.
I gotta ask, who do they put Lois with? Peter or the dog?
I
can
feel
see
like
with
with the dog.
Hey.
I'm like, it seems like the sort of sick thing you put with the dog.
Right, and doesn't Brian have a crush on Lois?
Huge crush on
They're allowed to
Lois.
do the dog though, because it's bestiality. So even if it's a cartoon,
Is it bestiality if it's cartoon though?
It is to me.
No,
Yeah, I don't think
I'm saying though the legal parameters of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think.
Is
I
it
think
a
it's a
cartoon?
You
whole.
can get around the legal aspect of it. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I know you're not into hardcore anymore, but let me ask you a question about this, because I know you know a lot of people in the business and you're familiar with what's going on. Why is it that, and this bothers me, because I think, especially with the Family Guy, I think it's like everybody takes a turn, and Peter's fucking Meg, and all this.
You really did your research and watched the whole
No,
video.
I didn't watch all of them, but why is there so much incest and stepmother and like
I know. I go watch
family
porn
stuff?
these
It
days.
grosses me out.
I go watch porn these days, and it's all stepmama, stepdaughter, stepson, it's just constantly using the step term to basically justify innocence or incest.
I mean, it's instinct and incest, all sorts of things. So why is the incest thing like such a big thing?
I think it's the taboo part. It's like, what's the next step to get somebody off? I think it's just the word puts it over the edge. Just the word, because it's so hard for me. Like, I can do mommy son as long as, and when I say mommy son, I am stepmom, stepson, but he has to be in college and I'm a fucking gold digger. That's my qualifications there.
I think I saw something like that, and it was very entertaining.
And some people don't have any judgment when they're doing their certain cosplays or their role playing and all that. It's just, it is so hard for me to be in character if there's a reality to it that I don't want to cross that line, let alone make those type of customs or movies.
Right.
So when it comes to the step stuff, I'll do it in a certain parameter.
Right.
Because I know it floats their boat.
Now, when did you cross that MILF threshold, and did it bother you?
No, they always put me as a MILF, even in my 20s, because think about it, you could have a baby at, so I was doing MILF in my 20s. So MILF never, it's when GILF comes along, I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for that one.
I know a couple GILFs. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you know Sally Mullins. She does the GILF stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. My girlfriend has no qualms against all that. Well, I don't do hardcore anymore, so
I know.
Yeah, but I have no.
But you have fans that are like, I want you to be my mommy and all this stuff. And
okay, if you're doing it like that, I can't. Like, you have to be a college student. I am fucking your dad. I'm a gold digger fucking your daddy. We are not related. Like, I set all those terms before I go into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so much better than daddy was.
I will say that. I'd be like, yeah, you're way better than your father.
I'm sorry, Nicole. I got carried away.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say, when I go watch porn, I usually watch girl on girl, and these days almost all of it is incestuous. So it's been
It is.
I also watch a series called Pascal Subsluts, which is kind of a fetish porn with the dominatrix and like different porn stars. He always has a guest porn star on it. It's British. Do you ever do any sort of scene fetish stuff like that?
I'm not fetish. I'm too vanilla, but my best friend, Jocelyn Stone, she's a dominatrix and she does all the fetish stuff. She knows all the terminology. She is like the master of it. She's even brought me to a fetish party where I just observed and the scenes were going on. That's what they call them when they're in their play zone. And I thought it was very interesting. Like, I was privy to observe this and I saw the whole, how can I say it? The whole beautiful art to it, the dynamic.
Power dynamic.
Yeah, it was very beautiful, but I could never do it.
He's Pascal is very thorough. Like, I mean, he is definitely a dom. The way he talks to them, the way he commands them, and it's British, so it's like extra dirty because you know how the British are kind of like closed buttoned. This is like completely. I mean, I think it's a very good series. But
yes, I'm sure.
No, I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
I was just curious. So, what are your limits? Like, do you have certain things you won't cross besides actual?
It's hard to say. I'm pretty domesticated now. You know, I'm like a fucking horny housewife. Yeah, I retired back in 2006, so I didn't even do anal on film, let alone 2 guys. So I was pretty vanilla. But when I go to watch porn, I like watching gay site. I like man on man, prison sex. Yeah, that's my favorite porn. And I like creature porn, like alien porn, subspecies. So I don't know.
You like aliens and Bigfoots and all that.
I haven't seen that. I haven't looked at, mainly alien. I like the whole concept of extraterrestrial sex.
Oh really? Well, you're in the right city. You go to Area 51. Who knows?
Tentacles and all that stuff.
Alien porn. Like I'd watch them abduct some girl and then have their way with her. That'd be fun.
Yes, I love that. It's kind of that anime feel to it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like nerdy porn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nerdy porn.
So you're a bit of a nerd.
A little bit. I mean, I told you I like horror, and I stream on Twitch, and I do all that stuff. So when it comes to computers, that's where I get off. Like I've been podcasting since 2014, so I had to learn everything myself and learn how to do it all. And my favorite part of podcasting is editing. I love sitting in front of my computer, editing it, making it pristine, and putting it up. And I love social media marketing.
Wow, because those are 2 things I can't stand. I love the actual podcasting and talking. So we're totally different. And I don't edit my shows unless there's something somebody specifically wants to edit out. I like the free flow, and then social media.
Well, I don't edit where it's I go in and I take out the ums and the ahs and all that. But I have my Stream Deck here. And what I would do is anytime we had a hiccup or the server wasn't working correctly, I just hit a button and it marks where I need to edit.
Got it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you one thing that you were talking about on your show that you did recently. And this is weird. You were an extra. Were you an extra in a porn scene with Jesse Dubai? Or was that your
co-host? Oh, yeah. Sorry, because it was for Trans Angels or
yes, Jesse Dubai, who's been on our show, is a very attractive chick with a dick.
Yeah, I was a cuckold. Like I was handcuffed to the stripper pole while my boyfriend's getting fucked. So it kind of reversed it. And I'm watching this. I mean, fucking fans would pay top dollar to be handcuffed and get like prime seating position.
Sure.
And it was done all in front of me, and I was the extra for that. Mm-hmm.
Like I know extra work here on a regular movie pays nothing. What does extra work on a porn set pay? Well,
I mean, it just depends on who you're working for and how long you're staying, and it pays okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I did it because my dear friend works, and needed an extra, and I'm like, look, yeah, I'll do it because it's great for my stories for my OnlyFans and stuff.
Oh yeah. And
so I look at the big picture when it takes me out of the house and puts me into a new element.
Yeah. I just, Jessie Dubai is so much fun. I just, when you reference her, I was like, oh yeah, that's gotta be a blast.
Oh, she was so nice. That's the first time I ever met her.
Yeah.
She's super sweet.
And she, although the eyes that she has above her dick, it's still
that's right.
She has eyes tattooed on her stomach above the.
Forgot about that.
I can never forget that. She pulled it down. I was like, wow.
Well, how close were you?
Well, no, we didn't. She didn't get naked or anything. She just pulled down her dress
and showed you the eyeballs.
Yeah. She was wonderful, but so I do want to touch on The Departed now. How did you find out you were in the movie?
So I had a bunch of friends text me and stuff and go, hey, did you know that you are in the movie? And I'm like, what? what are you talking about? So I went to the theater and I was watching it. And if you blink, you're going to miss me. But
Right.
they just took a clip from Vivid and threw it in the background when Jack Nicholson is in the porno theater
Right.
watching the movie. They take a quick little glimpse of it, and that's it.
When he pulls out the dildo on Matt
Right.
Damon. Yeah.
That's it. That's no royalties, no nothing. But at least it got me a little bit of a moment. I don't fucking know. It was
Because I know it was either that or Martin Scorsese called you up directly and said, Rebecca, I need to film a scene real quick.
yeah. Or maybe I just knew somebody in the movie. I don't know.
It's very strange that they would pick that specific
That
scene.
scene,
And
I don't know.
Martin Scorsese must be a big fan of Rebecca Love. But maybe it was Nicholson, maybe it was DiCaprio. Who knows who took it? But
it happened to get a little splice. So try not to blink. Keep your eyes wide open.
no, go ahead, Nicole.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I remember that scene. The Departed is one of my favorite movies, like of all time. So.
Oh, yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, it is. It's one of Leo DiCaprio's best performances, in my opinion.
Martin Scorsese was nominated for Oscars so many times. The one movie he puts Rebecca Love in, he wins the Oscar.
There you go.
Oh, who knew?
And he hasn't won any since.
That was his downfall.
I'm
the cooler.
I think there's a correlation there.
Maybe.
So you are quite the gamer.
I'm not a good gamer, but I'm a really good conversationalist. So for 4 hours on Tuesday, I get and we call them the deadlings. Those are my community members, but I try to play horror games. I try my best in repetition. I get better each time, but we just have fun and the fans can interact. So I have this software that while I'm playing a game, they can scare me and stuff. It'll take over my whole computer. So my community will fuck with me while I'm gaming pretty much.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah. So we have a good time.
I'm always curious because I'm not a gamer, but I know that people love it. I mean, I know that the top YouTubers are people just playing games. And to me, I don't get it. I don't get why people would watch videos of somebody who played a game 2 weeks ago, but I don't know. Maybe I watch you play a game, but I don't know why PewDiePie has all these hits or whatever.
I think it's all different reasons. It could be gameplay. It could be they feel part of a community and they get that interaction every week, like a radio show. They would do call-ins, listeners and stuff. Same concept, except it's a chat room. There's hot girls on there. See, I'm not one of them. I dress actually in a certain outfit on Tuesdays, which is my inner 90s horror theme. And I have this flannel. I try to tone down the tatas and all that. And I put my hair up and I just be myself and chill out and game and talk. And we get on great conversations, which makes great content for my OnlyFans because that's the stuff I'm going to be clipping later. Right. And putting in. See, it's like that. It takes over my screen.
and like I say, you say that your OnlyFans is not just, I'm sorry, what did I just glitch out? There we go. Yeah, your OnlyFans, I'm sorry, I glitched out. So your OnlyFans is, it's not just you in naked and all sorts of stuff, although that is on there, but it's also you interacting with the fans.
Right. So we have homework assignments in the beginning of the month. So they have 30 days to get their homework done.
Oh, wait. No. What kind of homework do you have for your OnlyFans?
Well, let's see what I have for. I always forget what I line up because I queue a lot of things. But let me tell you what the homework assignment is for this month. And it only lasts 30 days and then it disappears. But
and if they don't get their homework in, they get an F?
Well, they have to bribe the teacher, right? So I ask for certain things. And if they provide it with their tribute, which is monetary, then I will send them their reward. So it's a give and take, but it's a task nevertheless. Okay. So I'm just going to put it up to my mic so you can hear the task.
Okay.
See if I can get it to play. Homework assignments. All right. I want you to masturbate. But here's the catcher. You cannot use your hands. Yep, you show me a creative way to get off by yourself and show me the end result. So there you go. And it's just me talking in the background, green screen, and the words up on the screen, letting them know what their assignment is. And it changes every month. So it could be dick art, which is dress your cock up in a silly little costume or whatever. It could be all different things, and it changes monthly. So I make it very creative, something different. I try to be a little bit different so they stay, you know, and come back for more. And it's not just tits and ass the whole time.
So what's the most creative dick art you've ever got?
God, there's so many.
Did anyone
Especially
drop
men are
out
not
like
shy
photo
about
line?
showing you their dick.
So one guy actually purchased something from Etsy, and they had this person make, do I have it? Hold on, I might have it. It's a pair of tits, and he put a wig on his cock, and he, oh man, I don't have the tits in this, but it was crocheted tits, like on a cock ring, but it was crocheted. And he put it on his dick with the wig and the face and all that. So it was Rebecca.
Aw.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. He went above and beyond and ordered some titties, which he mailed to me and gave them to me, but I don't know where they are at this point in time.
There's so much back there. Who knows what's going on there?
Right? It is a hot mess. My fans buy me all this stuff, and I like to celebrate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But and your fans do treat you right. And now I was looking at some of the things that your fans can indulge in, and there's a couple things. Now there's date nights.
Yeah, Friday.
Which is Friday. So tell us about date night. Now is this, and also you on your website you have a special offer where somebody can actually take you out on a date.
Oh yeah, if you're coming to Vegas and stuff, why not? I love to eat. So we'll meet in a public spot. We'll go to a restaurant, maybe have some cocktails afterwards. So yeah, we're not going back to your room though, but we can definitely have a meeting. There's a lot of my fans that come to Vegas and they just want to chill out with me.
Right.
So I'll definitely do that.
So what is date night now? How does that differ from what you're?
Well, date night is my OnlyFans live stream on Fridays.
Okay.
It's another great way virtually to meet up with me every Friday, and we get our drink on. So if we hit certain milestones, I'll take a shot with them. I cue a song, we have a social, and we drink, and I will do strip tease. We'll play games. I'll spin a wheel. We'll just have a lot of fun. It's like a game night.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's on the wheel?
I don't know if I have the wheel on me, but it's let me see if I can just pull it up because my memory is kind of shot. But on the wheel, I have it right here. It is different cards that I'll pick, like trivia, truth, dirty diary, fun fact, a pervert card, a fun topic, a game, just different stuff. So whatever it lands on, we'll do. And I have, a drawer full of different activities.
I can imagine. I'm just I should have.
Do you want me to draw you a porn card? Here, I'll give you a porn card.
I totally do. That I'm so glad you said that.
Okay.
I was like, wow, I should. And by the way, just so people know, there's you sell custom videos, you sell the dates, you sell your panties, you sell your well worn.
I sell everything but my soul.
Yes. A dirty dance for $125,000.
$125,000. Yes, please.
$125. And autograph photos, and then you could just spoil Rebecca. You don't have to buy anything. Just give her money.
Yeah, that's always the best bet, but some people like souvenirs.
Yes.
So your porn card tonight is
poppers. Ooh.
Poppers. Oh. Well, I heard poppers are really good to open up so you can let him in. So just bend over and let's just spread those ass cheeks and I'll go get my strap on.
Okay, let me.
That's how it would work. And
okay,
if I
wait.
picked what? You got something? Oh.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Of course we do. Of course
But
we
if
do.
this was really
What?
on OnlyFans, somebody would be bending over, showing you their asshole, and you.
I don't know because I don't get to see them. But I definitely I would be saying all those words and
Right.
grab my toy and people can, whatever they're doing on their end, they're doing on their end.
You know what it reminds me of, kind of? It reminds me of Elvira and the way she would communicate with the audience.
My ass?
Oh.
Well, it's like a porn version of.
Oh yes, no, you're
Yeah.
This is what you have to, Nicole, as we've discussed with all the porn stars that we've had and will have. This is what you have to do to be a porn star in the 21st century. You got to do all this stuff.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
It's a lot of
interacting
work.
with your fans is always a good thing anyway. Like for any creator, like I
I
take my fans out and do charity.
I'm sorry, Nicole. Say that again.
What?
Say that again.
I was gonna
Nicole.
say you have to do that. Say what again?
What you just said.
Okay. I was going to say it's just good to connect to your fans anyway. Like I take mine out for tarot readings, you know, like it helps build a community. When you have a community, you can build something really great with your art because you have a whole base of people that's willing to get your art, whether it be horror stories in my case or actual porn and other stuff in your case.
right. So it definitely evolved into that too. You know, in the beginning, it was just movie companies and you saw her on film and you might get to meet her at a strip club because she's headlining. But now we can take it on a whole new venture.
Right.
So it evolved to this, which I really like. I like to get to know my fans.
I recently started building a very small community. It's 313 people, but all of them are actual fans. Like they would support me if I needed it. And that's what's important, is having just that community.
Yes, it gives you the warm and fuzzies, and they get you.
Yeah, they do.
They get you.
And by the way, I haven't said this in a while, but I hate fucking Zoom. I just hate it. I hate the delay. I hate when we talk over each other. It sucks. But you're in Las Vegas and we get to talk to you this way, so that's fine. But what I was going to say is to be and I keep saying porn star, but adult entertainer these days. You're an adult entertainer. You're not a porn star anymore. But to be an adult entertainer these days takes a lot of work and a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know, people ask me what I do for a living, and I just tell them I'm a content creator.
That's true. That's a true statement.
Yeah. My art is in my videos when I'm editing and building stuff for social media and all. That's where I really express myself and try to see the vision. But yeah, I wouldn't call myself a porn star. And like I retired in 2006. So it's kind of hard to say I'm a porn star, but I'm definitely a content creator. Right.
But it's just the way it is. I mean, and also, I've said this to almost every adult film star that I've had on. I with some exceptions, my interaction with porn stars, adult entertainers, porn stars.
It's okay. Porn stars work. Your audience.
Sex workers is that by and large, they're some of the most intelligent people I've ever met.
Well, thank you. But
you
don't put that out there. You need to stop that.
Well, that's the thing.
Don't make me work harder.
I find intelligence obviously very sexy. I know some guys don't. Some guys are intimidated by it, but I mean, just some of the adult entertainers I've talked to, and some of the hardest workers and some of the most intelligent people I've ever run across.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think we just adapt. We have to adapt.
Is that your experience, or you just think?
I think I adapted. Like I was on this certain career path, and times changed and porn became free and it wasn't member sites anymore. And I had to learn, and people would always be like, oh, Pornhub ruined it. And I go, well, you don't buy the newspaper either anymore, do you? So, right. So you have to evolve and you have to educate yourself. And if you don't know something, go to YouTube University. It's super easy and free.
Or go to Amazon and buy how to become a porn star.
I always buy books from Amazon. I even audiobook a lot of things. I have to. I love learning.
Your podcast and my podcast, I believe, are both on Audible now, so that's always good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, at first when podcasting was, you had to really know how to get it out there, and now you can just hit a button on your server and it blasts it out to all the search engines. But yeah, back in the day. But
you're competing against a million podcasts.
You are.
Only a few thousand.
My niche was, my podcast was about teaching people about the adult industry and how to make money, because I've been in it for 20 years. I'm like, all right, This is what I do. So if you look up webcamming or phone sex, or it'll pick my brain, because a lot of people will call me and go, how do I do this? Listen to this podcast. So I don't have to repeat myself a million times.
Right. And you're still educating people. You had the podcast, the one podcast I listened to was
The co-streaming?
how to on OnlyFans
Co-streaming.
have two people on OnlyFans at the same time.
Yeah, because Christy Canyon and Ginger Lynn called me up and they wanted me to walk them through it. And I gave up on streaming on OnlyFans because it's so glitchy. And I'm like, you're fucking OnlyFans. You should have your shit together.
Right.
So they wanted to like go on there. So I walked them through and I'm like, I couldn't send them a podcast because I didn't have a podcast on it. So I'm like, this needs to be a podcast. So I went through on every step and I walked them through it, and I let them know, you got to it's a crapshoot. It's a fucking crapshoot co-streaming on OnlyFans.
Yeah, see, I'm not a content creator on OnlyFans, although I know there's such a demand for me to be on OnlyFans, but it sounds like it was a pain in the ass being a content.
Their streaming is pain in the ass. I like the freedom of OnlyFans because I can queue everything up and go on vacation. You know what I'm saying? I could get sick. Like, I got my eyes done. And when I say I got my eyes done, I got PRK. It's LASIK, so I could see without contacts or glasses. Well, I didn't know I wasn't going to be able to see for 6 months. I was one of those patients.
Wow.
Oh my God. I had to learn how to use my computer by voice.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. It was hell. And I was having mental breakdowns because I couldn't see. When I say I couldn't see, it wasn't black, but it was healing from the outside in. So it's great big cloud. I couldn't see anything in front of me. And I had to adapt and learn. And thank God I had things queued up because I could take the time and I didn't have to rush. Because when you're webcamming, all that content's live and you got to watch a chat room and you got to interact. Right. So OnlyFans saved my ass. And then,
That's
COVID,
great.
all that, it went on blast.
I can imagine. Yeah.
The timing was good. Would I do my eyes again? Fuck no.
Yeah. Hopefully there won't be a global pandemic next time you get your eyes fixed.
Well, I hope I don't have to next time.
Well, I hope this is it. I mean, you never know. It's,
I'm wearing glasses. That's it. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's good. I like women with glasses. I figured the vision's impaired, so I have a shot. But Nicole, did your friend have any questions for Rebecca Love?
No.
He just wanted to know where they
could listen. They just wanted to know where they could listen. So you definitely have someone, at least one person tuning in. You have
that one. That we have no idea how they found out. I have no
idea how they knew. Right? I knew Mark hadn't promoted it. But yeah, they're like, "Are you interviewing Rebecca Love today?" Like literally, they slid in today. Yeah.
Maybe.
Did you tell anyone? Because
no. I was going to say maybe he's hacking into your texts.
Well, that's what I'm fucking saying.
No, I texted Nicole the other day that we were interviewing you.
He seems like an okay guy. I have a lot of rock musicians because my name's Nicole Six. So a lot of them,
which is a fucking cool name.
Thank you. My mom was a groupie in the 80s and literally named me that.
Oh, that is so cool.
Right? At least I'm named after someone cool. That's what I always say. Like it's a good person to be named after. But so he's one of those rock guys who added me because of my name. That was like, oh, you write horror? That's so cool. And like I'm even giving him a tarot reading on Sunday. So I'll ask him on Sunday how he knew. We'll find out.
Oh, please. Yeah, he might be hacking your text. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of.
He's a real human, and he seems to just be a rocker type. So he seems pretty cool.
Okay. Oh, there you go. He's just
so we have at least one listener for Rebecca Love.
You have a rock star fan base, and they better wear a condom because we know they're
condoms only, baby. Condoms only.
Well, this may, if he doesn't have any questions, I have one more, and I can't believe how fast this hour's gone. How awesome is Rebecca, Nicole?
Oh, she's wonderful. But I knew she would be.
But when you come to Vegas, you guys got to have a drink with me.
I'm probably gonna be in Vegas a couple weeks. So
well, you better hit me up.
I'm to go to Vegas soon too, so I think that could happen.
That'd be awesome.
We might be carpooling. Who knows what's going to happen? But
I mean, we could. I want to see Matt while we're out there.
See?
All right, well, we're making travel plans, but before we do.
Sorry.
No, I'm there. I'm there.
I'm planning to go there in April. I'm not kidding. So that
we might have to do is go where you're bartending for foot nights.
Oh, that's LA. Yeah, that's
Oh, you do that in
LA.
LA?
Yeah, my girlfriend, she was like, we don't have a bartender. Could you fill in? And you could be like a celebrity bartender, whatever. And I'm like, because I know nothing about my feet are like fucking Barney Rubbles. Okay. There's nothing sexy about my feet. I wear,
I'm trying to think. I didn't really focus on your feet when I was watching clips this week. So I don't know.
that's good for you because most of my fans don't. I can't even see my feet, let alone you're going to see them. So anyway,
I assume they're beautiful like the rest of you, but I don't know.
No, they're like Barney Rubbles. They're stubby and short and high arches, whatever. Anyway, they're fucking feet. So my girlfriend, she goes, would you do a bartend foot night in LA? And she's my best friend, Jocelyn Stone. I go, yeah, I'll do it. I went and I bartended back in college days and all that. So it fucking natural. But they bring all their own. So it's not like I'm making fancy drinks. I'm just, a couple mixers here and there. And I did really well behind the bar, let alone pick up a few fans. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. Do you have to wear sandals?
No, I wore sneakers because I'm running around and switching out the ice and getting all the drinks.
Must be so disappointed.
But I had one guy, he wanted to see my feet. And I go, all right, give me a Benny. And I told him he was going to be disappointed. I shook him off all night. Finally, he would just wore me down. And I said, you got a Benny? And a Benny it took. Showed him my tootsies. And I told you so. They're not pretty.
So wait, so you paid $100. You paid $100 to see, because first I thought you said penny. I was like, wait a second. But you said Benny. Benny. So he paid $100 to see your feet.
It's like the cocktail waitress at a strip club.
Disappointed?
I don't know if he was disappointed. I'm just saying the conversation didn't last long after that. I mean, he didn't say anything, but I think he built it up in his mind so much.
Right.
Yeah. But who cares?
So
I told you no.
5 toes, an arch, and a heel. What did you expect? Go ahead, Nicole.
So I'm not a foot person, but what I find interesting, I have this friend, his name's Louis. And I have to say, Louis is not Luis. Louis is an artist. Luis is a really cool friend of mine. Don't want to get those two confused with what I'm about to say. So Louis, the artist for Hyena Gallery, every day in his stories, takes the best sex worker pictures he can find, sometimes like 20 of them, and puts them in his stories. Now the girls do crazy things with their feet. Like they lift them up and they like tie them behind their heads. Like I saw someone today in a pretzel shape with their feet tucked into their little arms in a bikini. And I'm like, I'm fascinated by the things people do with their feet to get attention to them.
Right? It's an art because
they really know how to stand out.
Well, like, what did you see at the foot night? Like, is there anything unusual you saw at foot night?
I don't really see anything because it's kind of like a strip club. You go to the back room, you get your little booth, and they do their little foot dances or whatever. So I never really saw anybody's feet or anything that they were doing. And the photographer that was taking pictures of feet, because you only can have it in one section because it's a private party, I didn't see what he was doing. But when I Google feet pictures, because if a fan asks for them and I charge them the asshole fee, I will do the pictures, but I'll go and look at how to do that.
Right.
Yeah, the pose, because it's all about the pose. Right. And it could be fully dressed. It's not about my boobs and my ass. It's about me and those feet and how I can like manipulate them in the right way.
So your feet have a good side.
I'm a really good photographer.
There's one girl, her name's Ona Artist. And she has always different shoes that she uses in every video. And she does things with them where she'll pull them different places by holding the strap of the shoe. So she'll move it around in different positions. They put a lot of thought into this.
Right.
No, we know Sin Twisted, who was voted the most fascinating foot model, and a few other foot people. But you were saying you take great pictures, which transitions to you're starting to direct movies now. Or were you? Or you directed one and that was it?
No, I never directed a movie. Was it wrong on my IMDb?
It's wrong on your IMDb. There's something.
Yeah, I think there's something incorrect. I never directed. I film all my own stuff, so I have enough.
Oh, I get that.
I have my 10,000 hours in, and I film everything from my iPhone, and I have all the great setups, but
Mhm.
I never directed anybody. I direct myself.
Right. Well, it says here, yeah, it says here you directed, and IMDb is always wrong. Wikipedia's always, Oh, Frank N. Stein.
Oh no, we were going to make that movie. We never made it. That it was the death of Skinemax, and I was like, you know what? That's more of a passion project. If I have a little extra money on the burner, then maybe. But we're just gonna set that aside and maybe make that as a passion project later on in
Right.
life. I don't know
Right.
how it got listed. I don't know how it got listed because it's not like I cast it or anything.
Well, I guess
Someone-
somebody probably
An
put some
avid
money
fan?
into it and wanted it listed, and it just didn't. Yeah, I mean, your lighting's way better than ours, so you know what you're doing. But I guess maybe someday, maybe you and Scorsese could collaborate, and Frank N. Stein could be a reality.
I mean, you pretty much got Frankenhooker. Remember Frankenhooker?
Oh, I love Frankenhooker.
Yeah,
Frankenhooker.
there you go. That's pretty much a
Oh my
Frankenstein.
God, Bunions! Oh, it's the
Oh
best.
God, it's so bad it's good.
So, what is your favorite horror movie? Since you're such a horror fan.
I love Gremlins because it's Christmas and horror. I grew up definitely during the slashers and with Freddy Krueger and Jason and Myers and all that. I really like creature features. Jaws is a favorite. There's so many. Do I have to pick one? I love
No.
critters, and I mean, I have a replica gremlin up there. I have a few gremlins or mogwais. I have a critter. I have Chucky behind me. I love them all.
I have never offered this before, but I would like to send you a copy of my book. Like that's gonna be difficult because I'll have to order it myself because like the publisher that I worked with closed during COVID. So I'm gonna have to go like order a used copy of my book, but I want you to
Do you have it? Do you have it on audiobook?
No, I wish I did. I was
Oh,
talking
okay.
to somebody about that, but then it just fell through.
Got ya.
It's on Kindle, but I want to give it to you. Like I don't want you to have to buy it, but I want to hear your opinion of it because you love horror and
I love horror.
I write horror, so I want to know what you would think of it. Just because Wes Craven is my favorite. Like he's my favorite. I
Wow.
can tell that you like, yeah.
Yeah,
And I used to work for John Carpenter actually too. So
yeah, they're amazing. Both
so
of
good.
them.
They're the fathers of horror. Them and
Well,
Stephen King.
funny you should mention it because Rebecca's dream is to become a victim in a horror movie. So I think we can make.
Oh,
that
that's right. My bucket list. My bucket list is to not say I don't even have to star. I could just be an extra, and the bimbo gets freaking slashed, whatever. But yeah, that was my bucket list to be in a
Well,
horror movie.
we know enough directors that we can definitely make that happen. But
For sure.
I gotta tell you, this has been such a delight. Rebecca, you got to come back. We're gonna be in Vegas soon. We definitely will hang out
Yes.
and have a drink with you. Apparently that's $250. I don't know what it is on your website, but we will go ahead and have a drink.
Shut up.
I'll
We'll
try to
order
get my
that.
book before I go to Vegas.
We're having a
and hand it to you.
business meeting. We're having a
Yes.
business meeting. That's what
Yes.
we're doing.
So-
We're collaborating.
Okay, so tell everybody how they can get a hold of you. Tell them about their podcast and all
know
you got
what?
going on. That's gonna take about 20 minutes. Go ahead.
No, it's not because everybody has ADD, right? They only can handle one thing, and that's RebeccaLove.com. If you just go there, it has all my shit, all my social media, everything.
Cool.
RebeccaLove.com. And this has been so much fun. Nicole,
It's been a
how do people
blast.
get a hold of you?
People can meet me at WonderCon. I will be there in a professional capacity. Just slide into my DMs. And the way you slide into my DMs is you go to Nicole H6 on Facebook or Nicole6Books on Instagram.
And if you psychically know who our guest is next week, please let Nicole know. I am Goth Comedian on all social media, and everybody have a wonderfully creepy and loving week. Bye.
Bye.